You lot seen the title, yeah? So obviously, this video is gonna be a mad thing in it. No long talk, let's cut straight to it. I'm really shaking my head.
Welcome to the Grand Stephan Show. What's going on?
Hi, my name is Paige, and so my husband actually told me that he did not want to marry me because I didn't make enough money, and now I make more money than him. So I am trying to decide what to do and whether to break up with him.
Whoa! That was not a twist. First of all, I was not expecting this call.
So she's thinking about not being with him anymore because now she makes more money than him. You know what? One thing I've come to understand, just, female hypergamy and men's value in terms of like dating. Most men's value, the true value, comes on in the latter stages of your life. So like 25, 28, even your 30s really is where you get the highest value women. Most women will typically get their highest value men by the age of 25 or so, right? So be mindful, like any girl that you are wifing up or is making your girlfriend, understand that, more than likely the type of quality woman you can get is probably going to be a lot higher by the time you are in your 30s or by the time you're in your late 20s. I'm not saying don't get into a relationship, but I am saying that if you're working on a business or you're going through the corporate ladder, it's going to take you many years for you to actually see the fruits of your business labor or your corporate job or whatever job it is, right? And by that time, the value of woman you get will probably be higher. But also, there's another aspect to it, right? The woman that's with you during the grind or during the come up is probably more invested in you as a person than what you can bring. So there's many aspects to it, but my biggest takeaway in terms of like money is just being cautious of who you marry in terms of the debt that they bring to your life. In terms of if you get married or you take them seriously, right? How much student loans do they have? How much credit card debt does they have? Because credit card debt can definitely be a big indicator of their spending habits. I feel like the debt and the liabilities that they have in their life is more important than per se how much money he or she is making. If he or she can be upfront in their financial history and what they have going on, even before a relationship for that matter, and definitely before marriage, I feel like you have a clear picture of the type of woman you are dealing with. But you see how the man is willing to marry down, but the woman is not willing to marry down? It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
And I was not expecting that situation either. Wow. Okay.
Oh, really?
So let me roll up my sleeves. I don't know if I'm qualified. Let's give this a shot. I'll be honest with you. Okay. So give us give us the juicy details. How long have you guys? Well, I guess start from the beginning. How do you guys meet?
So actually, that's also kind of a weird story. I met his roommate on Bumble, and he brought my now husband to our date, and then I just kind of like clicked with him more. So we ended up dating, and then we got married in 3 months after that.
Why?
What did you say? You got married 3 months after dating?
Jesus is Lord.
My nigga, Brevette, what is you doing, baby? What is you doing? 3 months? 3 months? 3 months?
Tell you something, sweetheart. I don't know how y'all do shit where you from, but let me tell you something. Where I'm from, we don't do shit like that.
Do you have no assets? No, nothing to protect? Because 3 months is even a long time. It's even a short time to speak of a relationship. Not even like marriage. In terms of like relationship, I'd say 6 months to like a year, to be honest. People say that's a long time, and I get it. It's a long time, but you want to know who exactly you are dealing with and the type of consistency that they can actually bring to your life. Because people can only be consistent for so long. If you rush into a relationship after 3 months, maybe 4 months, if they have a baby mama or some other thing that they're hiding, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be more effort, or it's gonna be harder for them to be consistent in your life for a prolonged period of time. Like my own personal experience, right? There's this girl I was talking to. It wasn't until like the 7th month mark in terms of us talking that I realized she had suicidal tendencies. Now imagine that this was my girlfriend, and I'm just now finding out that she has suicidal tendencies. I'm like, now I have to now I'm like responsible for her in a way, you know what I'm saying, compared to just dating. So just take your time. 6 months at least is a good mark in terms of knowing who you're dealing with. 6 months to a year, and then marriage. I haven't been married, but based on what I've seen, or based on anecdotal experience, about 3 to 4 years is a good mark in terms of actual marriage. It's crazy, man. 3 months to get married? Chai.
Wait. Let's take it step by step. Why would he bring his roommate on a date?
That is a really great question that I still don't understand. Okay, so they lived in a house together, and I think that they were like reading books about how to meet women, and they decided like, okay, now it's time, let's do it. And I think he just kind of wanted a friend to help him along.
So stupid. But anyway, it worked out. It worked out for the other guy, your now husband. Okay, so then you ended up getting married 3 months after that?
Yeah, that's right. We got married 3 months after that. We did not tell his parents. They still don't know, actually. And yeah, we've just been married ever since. We had a really small wedding that we planned. It cost us like $300 at a hat shop.
So then, wait. So where did this come up about him not wanting to marry you? And now what happened there?
Okay, so basically, yeah. So when I met him, I had a really, really small Etsy shop, and I was making about $20K per like year. So, and he is a computer software engineer, so he was making $150K. He a long time ago had said like he intends to marry someone that makes at least 85% of his salary, right? So that would be like, I don't know, $130K or something.
Mm-hmm.
I obviously didn't. I made $20K. So he was like, I'd like you to make $40K, whatever, at least. And so, yeah. And so right after that point, my business really started to take off, and I now make $80K a month. So, yeah, I sell on Amazon, FBA, and stuff like that. I won't say exactly what I sell, but, yeah, I do make a good amount of money. And so, you know, yeah, it's kind of a concern at this point, I guess, especially because, you know, he had that requirement when we first got married, and it just seems like a little bit, unreasonable now.
Wait, okay, so let's back up. So he had this requirement, but he went forward marrying you anyway, and you were okay with that? I don't get that.
He would like to say that he makes $170K, not $150K. But anyway, he just wrote that on a piece of paper to tell you.
Okay.
I think his reasoning was basically like, he was like, okay, you can pump your numbers up. He actually, so when I made $3,000K per month, he bought me a cake that said like, congratulations, it had my exactly how much I made, like $3,476 on the cake, saying how much I made. He wanted me to make more.
How is your relationship otherwise? I know he's in the room with you, so we're not gonna get as honest of a take as he's listening to that. I'm sure he's gonna hear the call. How is your relationship otherwise, and why would you think of ending a relationship, or what were you hoping from this?
So the main thing is just like, we're married, right? So it's not a normal relationship because he would get, you know, half of my business, half of what I make, and potentially could like, you know, ask me to sell my business to split that money up, right? So that's like one of the main things that I'm worried about. And yeah,
here's the thing. You can get what's called a post-nuptial agreement. It's basically a prenup after you've gotten married. If you're thinking of splitting up and you guys are amicable, you could do that now.
I was like, okay, it's time to, you know, get a post-nup, right? Do you mind? And he said, well, actually, I don't want to do that.
See, how would this have been flipped? I mean, here's the thing. If you were still making $20K and he's making $170,000 a year, and you didn't get your income up, and he says, honey, this isn't working out. Or you wanted to get a divorce. He said, well, now we split half. How would he react to this?
You see that bullshit, bro? You see that bullshit? Time reveals all. For the most part, time reveals all. And like, the fact that he was willing to like date down and still deal with her, kudos to him. But now she's on top. Now she's balling. 80K in profit or revenue. Now she wants, what, you gonna leave him? I don't even know, man. I don't, like, bruh. Just take your time. Take your time. Especially if you're making 100K a year. That's like 10K a month, right? 10K a month. You are, you know, for the most part, you're in the upper echelon in terms of the income. So even if you aren't making that amount right now, act as if you were. So let's say you got with this girl and then a year or two later you are making that 100K plus per year. Is this the type of girl that would divorce you or just F you over? We see it time and time again, right? All these high school sweethearts, people getting married within a year, within a couple of months. Like, bruh, take it easy. Get past the honeymoon phase. Get past the lovey-dovey phase and get down to the nitty-gritty of whether or not this person is good long-term.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. In terms of being split, I mean, I would argue that I wouldn't do that, you know, but obviously.
How long have you been married for?
1 year and 1 month.
Talk to an attorney. If you were thinking of ending a relationship, talk to an attorney. You would need to. I don't believe a year is long. You would probably owe him something, but if you're making that amount 1 year, and he's making a decent amount as it is, I think any lawyer can argue that his lifestyle is not going to change substantially, and he could afford that lifestyle on his own. So I would talk to an attorney about that. But where's the problem in the relationship? It sounds like it's much deeper than just. It sounds like there's a lot of deep-seated issues that just were overlooked in the beginning of a relationship because both of you wanted to rush into this.
I feel like here's another thing. Like I dropped out of college to start my business, right? I didn't have a college degree. He did. He was like, okay, I have a college degree. You don't, obviously. Just a lot of like, sort of like, I guess like he would bring it up. I feel like he would bring up the fact that he made a lot more money than me all the time for some reason when it wasn't strictly like necessary.
It sounds like an insecurity. I mean, that's really what it's. That's the only reason why someone would be like, look at my college degree. I make more money. It's like people I feel like who have a good sense of self-worth don't necessarily tie their identities and their expectations of others to how much money they make.
Yeah.
It's not just this. Because if it's just this and it's like a lighthearted, haha, now I make more money than you, isn't that funny? Then that's one thing. But it sounds like there's a lot more going on to this than just what you've told me based on this.
I mean, you're definitely right. I think what I said about like making fun of me for not making enough money, that certainly was, not pleasant.
But here's the thing. But you knew this going in.
Yeah.
He told you who he was. He was showing you who he was as a person. And you decided, this is a person I want to marry.
But it wasn't telling enough because you were still in the honeymoon phase of the relationship. The honeymoon phase. The honeymoon phase. A girl pressuring a guy for a relationship is equivalent to a guy pressuring a girl for sex. If you're not ready, you're not ready. If she doesn't want to do it, or you don't want to do it, you move on. I feel like a lot of guys typically do give in because they have a scarcity mentality. They think, oh, she wants to leave, but she's giving me like an ultimatum. Either I'm in a relationship with her, or she's gonna leave me, and I might not get anybody like her. But just just to understand, like as a guy, for the most part, your value only increases with time as you get a promotion, for example, or as your business starts gradually making you more money, right? So you have time. You always have time. You always have time. Women, on the other hand, I can get it when they want to push for a relationship because their clock in terms of like biology usually takes 30, 31, 32. That's like the danger zone, so to speak. But I think the lesson in this video is essentially take your mother effing time. Take your time. Take your time. What did I say? Take your time. Take your time, because bro, it's so easy to get married, but such a grueling process to get divorced. Such a grueling process. I'd say even before you even get into a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, you should also have a good understanding of where they are at financially. Just to know what you're getting yourself into, right? Because if you choose her, you're also cutting off your other options. Like, okay, how much debt does she have? How much money is she currently making? What other liabilities does she have in her life? And you yourself divulge that information. And then at that point, 6 months into it, a year into it, 6 months to a year, then you progress forward into a boyfriend-girlfriend thing. And then furthermore, 3 years minimum, I'd say, for a marriage. Because, just imagine like how long it took me to start monetizing my YouTube channel. And then a girl comes in, she wasn't with me editing videos. She wasn't with me through the struggles of not making money for 2 years. Now she comes in, takes in all the income. Nah, I'm gonna take it slow. Take it slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. In all honesty, the only reason why a man should feel upset that his woman has asked for a divorce is if he never had her contribute anything financially to his life. He never had her help him in his business. He was always doing it on his own. But if she helped you, then I would say she does deserve some. I understand. But yo, God bless, much love, peace, and joy. Namaste. Always remember, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it. And too much of any good thing is good for nothing. How are you lot doing today? I'm doing more, saying less, and keeping that same energy. No cap. Stay safe in the streets. Don't get played. Don't play yourself either. Deuces.